Hey.
So, you know, okay, so what you want for her?
You can take her off my hands for 5 Gs. She's a good girl. She'll make you lots of dough. And you can move her wherever.
Okay, it's a deal. Okay, see you.
Every year in Canada, men, women, and children are bought and sold. Human trafficking generates millions of dollars for criminal organizations here and abroad. The United Nations ranks profits from this crime on par with the international arms trade.
Hi, Jim. Hey, Pete. So, that's the guy? Yeah. Okay. Here's your share. Okay. I gotta get going. Thanks. See you later. Well, follow me. I'll show you your sleeping quarters.
Human trafficking is a crime that has been around likely for ages. In Canada, it's a relatively new reality.
Human trafficking at this point in time is one where there's not a lot of awareness of the crime. When you think of human trafficking, I like to term it as a modern day form of slavery.
Vulnerable people are exploited for the sex trade, forced labor, child exploitation, and the removal of organs.
Victims of trafficking are sometimes trafficked by people that they know, such as partners, boyfriends, or girlfriends. And under these circumstances, they actually form a bond with the trafficker. And so victims are kept in control by the trafficker by being deprived of food and water, being extremely isolated from others, physically abused, and sometimes even sexually abused. And under these circumstances, the victim, of course, will do whatever the trafficker wants them to do.
It's not fair! You're the worst mother ever! I hate you! I hate you! Ugh. Ugh.
Hey there, pretty lady. Where are you headed?
Your place?
Hop in. Got something that'll make you feel better. She's really coming along. Yeah, I think she's ready to start working soon. I'm gonna go and hit her with it, so remember what I said and just go along with everything I say.
Cool. Okay. Hey, man, look, I told you I don't have the money right now. Yeah, I need a little more time. Hey, no, man, come on, be reasonable. I promise I'll get it to you, just a little more time. Yeah? Yeah, okay. Bye, man.
Is everything okay?
No, everything's not okay.
Well, what's wrong?
I owe Lauren 25 G's, that's what's wrong.
Just pay him, that's all.
Do you think money just grows on trees? I don't have $25,000.
I didn't know money was tight. I never would have accepted your gifts.
Yeah, well, I'm cooked now, and it's all because of you. And you know what? You're gonna help me pay it back.
Okay, I'll go look for a job tomorrow. I'm sure the cafe down the street's gonna hire me. They're looking for some people.
Cafe? No, I'm sorry, baby, that's not gonna cut it.
What do you want me to do? I'm not qualified for anything else.
I'll get you in a Pink's.
The strip joint? No, I don't think so. I'll find something else.
You're gonna do what I tell you to do.
I'm sorry, babe, you know, I didn't mean that. I'm just under a lot of pressure right now because I have to come up with a lot of money really fast. And you know, Pink's, they pay $500 a night, and it'll only be for a little while, I promise. Could you do it for me? Because you love me? What do you think? Will you do it for me?
I guess, yeah, okay.
You can find human trafficking victims in forced labor situations, working in the fields. You can also find them in domestic servitude type situations. But where I work, I would most likely find human trafficking victims working in body houses and massage parlors.
Where the hell have you been? You missed 2 check-ins. You're supposed to call every hour.
Sorry, I forgot.
Well, that's not good enough. You know the rules. That's only 1,000. You're supposed to bring back 1,500.
So Canada has joined forces with several other countries to combat human trafficking. In November 2005, Bill C-49 was introduced. This bill created 3 new criminal offenses dealing with domestic and international human trafficking. It describes human trafficking as recruiting, transporting, transferring, receiving, holding, concealing, harboring, or exercising control, direction, or influence over the movements of a person for the purposes of exploiting a person or facilitating that exploitation.
The Canada Border Services Agency plays an important role in trying to identify potential victims before they come into the country.
We look for a multiplicity of indicators in all cases. So basically an indicator is something that deviates from the norm. If we see a pattern of these indicators, that would represent to us that we need to examine this person further.
The Canadian Border Services Agency and the RCMP have an extensive network of officers internationally. They gather, share intelligence, and liaise with other law enforcement and government officials abroad to pursue efforts in preventing the transportation of potential victims into, from, or through Canada. In cases where victims are identified in Canada, this network could be called upon to assist in the international portion of the investigation. In almost every case of human trafficking, there are typically 3 distinct stages.
When you refer to the recruitment stage, that's the point where it can be done through newspaper, internet, person to person, where a person is enticed to enter into whatever situation they're going to be situated in. And then you have the transportation stage, and that's where the isolation comes in, where they are moved from wherever they're comfortable or wherever they are to a situation where they can then be easily exploited. And that movement can simply be from one side of a city to another side of the city. And then the third stage is the exploitation stage, and that, criminally speaking, is the most important stage.
Human trafficking is a very complex crime that can take many different forms. It can involve a component of human smuggling, where individuals start their journey trying to get to Canadian shores to find a better life. The trafficking component occurs when the individual reaches their destination and find themselves caught in the web of criminal organizations where they are being exploited, where their personal safety and security is removed or controlled by the organization. It can also occur domestically, so it doesn't necessarily require transiting through international borders.
Okay, so this is the kitchen. You be here at 6 a.m. sharp, and your job is to wash the dishes.
You wash the dish? I'm told I would be head chef.
No, head chef.
But
no. We already got one of those.
But I have lots of experience. I'm a very good cook.
That's not what I bought you for, okay? Look, your job is to wash the dishes, nothing else. And you know what? If I were in your shoes, I'd choose dishwashing. Come on, follow me. Now that's your residence. See you tomorrow at 6.
My paycheck, when I will get it.
Oh, you'll get it when I feel like it. I get back to work.
But this isn't fair. I work very hard for you, sir.
Hey, buddy. Don't forget one thing. You're illegal, okay? You got it good here. You know that? I even pay for your room and board. Jeez.
Excuse me, can you help me?
Sure, why don't you come over here and tell us what's going on?
Well, you see, they put me on every day. I cannot stop. I have to wear.
Often a victim of human trafficking internationally will not have any status in Canada. However, there may be circumstances where the person was lawfully admitted to Canada as a visitor, a student, or a worker. Citizenship and Immigration Canada is committed to combating human trafficking by assisting these victims with giving them legal status into Canada by virtue of a temporary resident permit.
Stopping human trafficking requires a proactive approach on the part of law enforcement agencies, the courts, legislators, and the Canadian public.
The best tool to identify the individuals, the victims that are involved in trafficking still remains the public. The public are eyes and ears. The public within the individual communities actually know what looks right. They know the individuals that belong, that originates from that community, and new individuals that actually don't seem to have any linkages to the communities in which they actually operate.
Together, we must ensure that victims are protected and traffickers prosecuted, thereby signaling the end of this most horrific of human crimes.
Where are you headed?
Winnipeg.
Hop in. So, what business does a pretty lady like you have in Winnipeg?
I don't know, but I hope it's better than the reserve.
You can come stay with me for a few weeks if you want. I got something that'll make you feel better.